Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from The Federalist. This is dated August 6th, and it says FBI never investigated evidence for Obama AG's role in Clinton email cover-up. So we're just finding all sorts of corruption from the Obama administration, which if you didn't pay attention to the mainstream media, you probably knew about already, but if you paid attention to the mainstream media, they're going to tell you that the only thing that happened was that Obama wore a tan suit. So let's go ahead and get into this. It says, we now have plausible intelligence suggesting the Attorney General may have assured Clinton allies that the FBI investigation into Hillary's emails would go nowhere. So, yep, that would be called corruption. So it says, the FBI never investigated explosive allegations that Attorney General Loretta Lynch coordinated with the Clinton campaign to suppress Hillary Clinton's email server scandal. Those allegations stem from a secret Russian intelligence memo that circulated inside the U.S. government in 2016. The memo was so concerning that it pushed FBI Director James Comey to break ranks with Lynch during the Clinton email probe. Now, thanks to the newly released appendix of Special Counsel John Durham's report on the origins of the Trump-Russia investigation, that memo is public, and it appears to confirm long-held suspicions about how the Clinton investigation was handled. Some of the intelligence recently appeared in the Clinton Annex, released by Senator Chuck Grassley on July 21st, but the newly released Durham Appendix provides a more comprehensive account of this intelligence stream, tracing it from early allegations involving Lynch through to the later scheme to frame Donald Trump as a Russian agent. So, of course, we're still hearing about this many, many moons later. It says, while much attention is focused on the Clinton plan to smear Trump, the alleged coordination between Lynch and the Clinton campaign to suppress the email server scandal has so far received less scrutiny. As the intelligence detailed in both the Clinton Annex and the Durham Appendix originated from Russian sources who had hacked various government and private entities, including the Open Society Foundations, formerly the Soros Foundation. So you can probably see where this is going. It says this intelligence was based on intercepted communications among senior Open Society official Leonard Bernardo, fellow Foundation figure Jeffrey Goldstein, and then DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Is she the one? No, that's a different one. I was thinking if she was the one that was running for governor of Virginia, but that's not her. She's a different lady. Okay. The other one has I don't know. I get the two of them confused. It was the other one, Abigail Spanberger, I think. Like I said, I keep getting them confused. But anyway, it says the intelligence was considered significant enough to be briefed directly to President Obama and credible enough that Comey regarded it as one brick in the load, leading him to effectively sideline his boss, Attorney General Lynch, and bypass the Justice Department when announcing that no charges would be brought against Clinton. Durham's report acknowledges that while some of the phrasing in the intelligence may have suffered from translation issues or conflation, intelligence officials deemed it to be authentic. According to one of the newly released memos, in a January 12, 2016 conversation with Goldstein, Wasserman Schultz revealed that the Obama White House was applying pressure on Comey via Lynch to shut down the email investigation because the scandal was damaging to the Democratic Party and threatening Obama's legacy. Yeah, there's a good reason to do it. Not our boss is screwing up. Sorry, got the cost. I'm not cutting any of those out. Because Obama has no intention to darken the final part of his presidency and legacy by the scandal surrounding the main contender from the DP, or Democratic Party. It says to solve the problem, the president put pressure on FBI Director James Comey through Attorney General Lynch, however, so far without concrete results. It says Wasserman Schultz also allegedly noted that the FBI lacked strong evidence against Clinton due to the timely deletion of relevant data from mail servers. Yeah, how'd that happen? I think we all know that story. It says, but it's the March 5th alleged follow-up conversation between Bernardo and Wasserman Schultz that contains the most damning allegation. As the political director of the Hillary Clinton staff, Amanda Renteria, regularly receives information from Attorney General Loretta Lynch on the plans and intentions of the FBI. Now, why in the hell would just some random director of a Hillary Clinton company be on the line with the Attorney General of the United States? And they're not friends or anything, you know? It's a little weird. It says, if true, this would mean that while the FBI was actively investigating Clinton, the sitting Attorney General was secretly updating her campaign on its progress, compromising not only the DOJ's independence, but the entire premise of equal justice under law. Says the memo further claims that Barack Obama sanctioned the use of all administrative levers to remove possibly negative effects from the FBI investigation of cases related to the Clinton Foundation and the email correspondence in the State Department. Says Durham notes that the FBI considered taking covert steps to determine, among other things, whether Lynch had actually communicated with Renteria. It seems like that's definitely the case now. In the end, the Bureau chose not to pursue those steps. That decision is hard to reconcile with what's documented in their own accords. According to Durham, on August 10, 2016, FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe and Deputy General Counsel Tricia Anderson met with Lynch and showed her portions of the intelligence report. She denied knowing Renteria but did not address the broader allegations. McCabe later said he expected at least some reaction, like, "This is crazy, I never talked to that person." Instead, Lynch was absolutely stone-faced, said nothing about the content of the memos, and gave no indication she found any of it disturbing or absurd. So they caught her red-handed, obviously. Says, "I don't know how to interpret that," McCabe told the Department of Justice Inspector General. Anderson also found it a little bit weird that Lynch offered no pushback. She noted that Lynch pronounced Renteria's name in an unusual way and remembered telling McCabe during their walk back to headquarters that the Attorney General's silence was odd, not just because she didn't disavow the contents, but because she didn't even appear offended or upset that her name was linked to the Clinton campaign in such an explosive way. So she definitely knows, again, she was caught red-handed and she done effed up. Says, ultimately, we do not know whether the information about Lynch is accurate. But we do know that other parts of the same intelligence stream, specifically details of the Clinton plan to smear Trump with false Russia allegations, align perfectly with events as they unfolded. That leaves us with plausible intelligence suggesting that the sitting Attorney General may have secretly assured Clinton allies that the FBI's criminal investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails would go nowhere. What is shocking is that no one in government ever tried to find out. Yeah, that actually is shocking. Just nobody cared enough. It says in there was no investigation, or it says in fact, there was no investigation into Lynch's possible coordination with the Clinton team. No phone records were subpoenaed, no texts combed through, no emails searched. There were no early morning raids and no aggressive FBI investigation treating it like a national security crisis. For 8 years, the full weight of the national security state was thrown at Donald Trump and his allies based on fabricated conspiracy theories. But the possibility that the Attorney General quietly gave Clinton a green light was simply ignored. Says even Lynch's alleged insistence that Comey publicly refer to the Clinton probe as a matter rather than an investigation suggested a deliberate effort to downplay and contain the scandal, an effort further underscored by her infamous secret tarmac meeting with Bill Clinton just days before the email investigation was closed. And ending here, says if the memo's allegations are even partially true, they confirm what many have long suspected. The fix was in. The rule of law was not applied equally. Instead, it was bent and the thing jumped. I hate when it does that. Why does it do that? Stupid ads. We'll go back to that sentence. It says, instead, it, being the law, was bent to protect one side and punish the other, with corruption reaching the highest levels of U.S. government. See, it just jumped again. At least I got that finished, but stop doing that. That is so damn annoying when you're trying to read an article and all of a sudden it's like, wait, what? Anyway, that is the end of it for me. So what do you think? And I think we all know the answer to the question. Is Hillary corrupt? Seems like that's probably the case, but it looks like it was the whole Obama administration in some way, shape, or form, given all the stuff that's coming out. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.